So yeah, it was a long journey, but it came together in my early 20s. Like, I don't know, something just happened, and I think it was just a lot to do with taking time to believe in myself and practice a lot.
Greetings, my name is Queen Afua. I help people to live a healthy life in body, mind, and spirit. Welcome into the Sacred Circle, where you will find peace, inspiration, and practical tools for living a happy wellness lifestyle. So come inside and make yourself at home.
Hello, Queen.
Oh my gosh, you look so wonderful, honey. It's so good to see you. I'm going to talk until I talk to you all the way from London, okay? I'm going to keep talking until we've made the connection. And the connection has been made. I brought you in. I brought the music in. I brought them into to how we merged through the dance. And matter of fact, what had you call me? That was like, okay, Twigs is asking me to dance with her. I was like, really? And I know your dance is fierce. Your dance is so fabulous and powerful. So it was actually a pleasure for me to move with you in this way, be in your circle of movement. So how did it all happen? How did you find out about me?
I actually found out about you, I think, through Erica Badu. Erica told me about your work. I'd been in recovery from having surgery on my fibroids, and I spoke to Erica about some work that I wanted to do in supporting other women that were, like, you know, maybe going through things that I was going through at the time, and I wanted to engage in a collective healing, but I knew that, you know, we needed a mother to guide us through. I'm still young, I'm a baby, I'm still learning, do you know what I mean? I have all the aspiration and all the hope to be well and pursue my wellness, but it's a journey, and we just felt that you would be the perfect person to come and lead all of these women and, you know, help us engage in a beautiful evening of dance under the moon in celebration of the sacred woman and our wellness. So I thought I would try and reach out to you, and when you came back to me and said you would do it, I couldn't believe it, you know. We were so happy.
Well, you know, I normally come and do a workshop, a seminar, a class, and talk. But to actually make that what we were going to do, that was the medicine, was the dance. That was like, whoa. We're actually going to, we're going to dance together, and we're going to raise the vibration. That was like so wonderful. And I remember we jumped off the stage at the end, and we ran together. The rock was underneath our feet, and we're just running to get backstage. We were looking at this thing, oh my God, what did we just do? You remember that? We came back.
Yeah.
That was a moment, because the Most High really had a hand on our hearts and our spirits. And I know that we made a connection together. So I thought about you often after that experience. And I said, one day we could come together. So I just want to thank you for coming on Black Girls Rock and Sacred Circle. So during this time where you are, because you're vibrant and you have not been hospitalized, on that note, what are you doing personally that's maintaining you that others can be inspired about during this coronavirus era? What is sustaining you?
I think movement sustains me a lot. I love to move my body. I've always experienced great healing through movement, and it's just how I get in touch with myself and check in with my body. I love stretching. I love stretching so much.
I saw that.
Yeah. Yeah. I love stretching. Whenever my friends come around my house, like in my living room, I don't have a coffee table because I like to be on the carpet in front of the sofa and roll around and stretch. You know, I've always been like that ever since I was a child, and when I stretch and I feel like I get into like stiff places in my body, it feels quite sort of metaphorically linked to my mind as well. You know, I feel like if my body's loose and if my body's like lubricated, then I feel like my mind's lubricated. So I think, yeah, just a lot of movement, a lot of stretch, and that's really helped me sustain myself and creativity during this time.
Wow. You know what? I didn't know we had that in common because I love stretching. That's like a pastime and a conversation. So I'm saying, how you guys? I'm doing good. Yes, everything is good. You know, I'm just, all of this is going. But I never heard anybody say, I love stretching. I love stretching. We have some things in common. And but I do it through yoga. I do it through my movement of dance. So I can relate. And when I saw you backstage and I saw you stretching, I said, look at her. And she's having a conversation and she's being interviewed and you're stretching. That's another language, you know, of connectivity. So to move is medicine. You know, we can just sit and the poisons accumulate. And, you know, you are multifaceted in your art. What brought one thing to the next? I mean, I know I know of your work through your sword movement. That's a movement. That's like an ancient Kemetic teaching is best use the sword to cut away corruptible matter, to cut away disease. So I saw that as that. I saw you in your dance. I saw you do pole dancing. You know how I looked at the pole dancing? I looked at it as pure art, and you were dancing around a tree that was smooth and would give. Because it was like you were dancing for a person. You were dancing for the universe. And you were just gliding and smoothing and stretching and alignment and centeredness. And that's what I saw. I saw the beauty of that. And after you did that dance, then you had the nerve to sit in your seat of royalty. You said, bah, I have commanded my seat. I said, this is a comedic opportunity right now. I was reading from my perspective. So tell me, how did you end up merging all of your various arts and the singing? That voice is a very profound, high frequency tone. So how did you bring it all together, your journey?
That's a good question. I mean, I think throughout my childhood, dance really led my creativity, but I never wanted to be a dancer. You know, as I got older and I went to dance school, I just couldn't imagine myself in a dance show. And it was the same, I guess it was the same with acting. Like I couldn't imagine myself just acting, and I couldn't imagine myself just singing. I sort of would imagine a hybrid of all, being able to be creative. And I think in my early 20s, I just realized that I could do it all, but I was going to have to almost invent something a bit new. You know, if I wanted to do it all, I had to break the mold, I guess, and invent something that, you know, was original and felt like me, something that was ethereal and classical, but still really grounded and incorporated all of the rhythms that I loved, that I'd grown up with. So yeah, it was a long journey, but it came together in my early 20s. Like, I don't know, something just happened. And I think it was just a lot to do with taking time to believe in myself and practice a lot. But I'm still sometimes amazed.
They say, you know,
no, I was going to say,
it is amazing. But you've been doing it since a child, you know, building up. So they said overnight success. Well, after 20 years, from a little child to a teenager to a young woman, now you have arrived into your perfection of your art. Tell me about your documentary. What do you want to accomplish in bringing your documentary forward to the world population?
The documentary that we did?
Yeah. What do you want to see happen with that?
I think after what I've been through with my health, I mean, when I had fibroids, I had no idea that I had them. I didn't even know what fibroids were, which is so weird because so many women suffer from different issues with their womb, and people don't talk about it. And I considered myself young and healthy. I did consider myself young and healthy, but I was in a lot of pain and I was very confused. So I think with the documentary, I've just wanted to promote healing throughout the younger generations.
Yes.
You know, like there's no reason why women that are like, well, in their teen years or like in their 20s can't start seeing themselves as sacred. You know, it's usually something that I feel like women that are more mature suddenly realize that they need to look after themselves when we're teenagers and when we're in our early 20s. Like, to be honest, like we're not really educated about these things, how health and diet and spirituality and movement and craft and even laughter, all these things that you promote, how they really are so important to wellness. And it's often, you know, for me it was too late. By the time I started to really learn and understand what these things meant, I'd already, you know, been on the operating table and I was already in recovery. So I think like I just wanted
What
to be
age were you when you were on the operating table?
I think I was 27. Yeah, I was 27.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was such a shock. And I kind of, in many ways, lost a year or two out of my life, you know, like it's very, I found it to be very like invasive spiritually, being operated on in that way by like, you know, a very kind doctor. Like my surgeon was very, very kind and very sweet, but still, you know, a man inside my body that I don't know. You know, it's still a man opening me up that I don't know. And he was a great surgeon, my surgeon, and he did a really wonderful job, but it still was very spiritually invasive for me. And I didn't realize at the time that even after the physical healing had stopped, the emotional and spiritual healing still had to carry on. It still had to carry on. And even to this day, I'm still very affected by it on a week-to-week basis, and I have a new understanding of the organs even inside my body. Like I can feel my organs now. I could never feel my organs before. I have a new awareness. You know, I'm a lot more sensitive even if my dog like jumps up on my lap, I'm just more aware of myself. And it's a good thing. It is a good thing, but I feel like that awareness could have been grown from like a positive place rather than like an afterthought of healing, rather than a place that felt like a necessity. You know, I could have taken control of it myself if I would have had the knowledge.
Well, you know, this is so profound because I was in my 20s when I woke up to Womb Wellness. So I totally am alignment with what you're saying. I had my surgery. I had my suffering. That is what gave me the conviction to teach womb wellness to every woman that I could reach, the young, the old, because women are hiding their pain and we're suffering for a lack of knowledge. So I'm so glad you pulled me out, because the older women, they suffer so many levels till now they wake up. But if we can get to the younger sisters, then they wouldn't have to go. We could show them this is where you're going to go. You could prevent it. So this documentary that we've done, that you've done, that is coming through us with this womb wellness, I'm just so grateful. And I also want to say to the women, I want to demystify a fibroid tumor. A fibroid tumor is crystallized congestion, crystallized mucus that shows up in our emotional cells, shows up in our physical cells. And when we start to detox, I'm talking about, this is about a global womb detox. Twins, guess what? We're going to do a global womb detox together. They need the elder woman and the younger woman, because I know exactly what you happened to you, because it happened to me. I was unconscious, I was unaware, and I didn't have anyone to hold my hand through it, so I had to just go through it. So when I got through it and I started healing and recovered my womb and got over the prolapsed uterus and all the other issues that come with the womb pain and suffering, I had to share it. This is our time. We're dancers. People don't know I'm an artist. They said, Queen Heal, I'm an artist who's a dancer. Our dancer was an artist, and you are too, and we're going to do it together. And we're doing it right now. So thank you for so much bringing me into the moon work, the moon healing. Could you explain how you felt as we were on that stage and our experience together?
You kind of touched upon it earlier. It was really incredible and really natural, and I felt so held by you, and I felt so held by the family that you'd brought in. It felt like such a safe environment to express and let go and dance. But the real magical moment was there were clouds covering the moon, and there was amazing like drumming, and everyone was like dancing and wailing and singing and laughing. And then I remember you said like, and look at the moon, and at that exact moment all of the clouds parted, and it was a full moon that night, and we looked up, and I just remember everybody putting their hands up to the moon, and you know, that's when it became real. You know, something shifted, like it became real. It became something that was bigger than us. You know, the healing became bigger than us. It became bigger than you know, and something that we had put on at Afro Punk. It became bigger than the dance steps. It became bigger than the drumming. It became like a real connection and a real moment, just a real moment to heal. You know, that's what it felt like to me. It felt like a real opportunity to begin a healing process. But what you do is amazing, and I was so like humbled to be like in your presence, be around the presence of your sisters, and I think a lot of women that were there that night really felt that way as well.
It was amazing because it was an explosion. It was a global explosion. And the universe showed us that the universe is on our side, and that we can be well, and we can be healed together, and that's what we're going to do. This is a womb wellness revolution. No more pain, no more PMS, no more endometriosis, no more fibroid tumors. We're going to heal, we're going to learn. I'm teaching. I want you to come as my guest if you can. If you can either send a quote, however you want to come. Next Friday with Black Girl Rock, we're going to be doing with Beverly Bond a 2-day virtual retreat. A 2-day virtual retreat. We'll have 3 hours Friday night, the night of Heaven with Divine Love. And then we have on Saturday when we really get grounded and learn the foods and the juices and the herbs and the clay and the castor oil and the bath and the aromatherapy. All of that knowledge is going to be poured out into the women. And from then we do a global 28-day womb detox. You're going to create a song. That Spirit just gave it to me. Download. You're going to create a healing womb song for us. Okay? And the world will hear that song, and the women will rebirth themselves. And when you rebirth the women, then you rebirth men, you rebirth the children and the elders and the whole planet. It's time for the women to rise. And so from the elders to the youth, to the arts, to the beauty, we're about to bring it. And the moon and the sun and the atmosphere, air, fire, water, earth will support us. That's the Most High within us. We give thanks and praise to you for bringing this light to the global community, and we will continue to dance.
What's the date of the, what is the date?
I'm so excited. Are you feeling the vibe? Twigs, I'm gonna tell you something. I went to the store. The date of it is next Friday, which is
July 17th.
Okay, July 17th. Please be there with us. Your song is coming in the next 7 days. You're gonna open it up with your song. It's about to be on. The healing is happening. And we're gonna go from there to your living room. You're gonna sing the song. We're all gonna come to that concert just to hear this healing medicine song. I'm thanking my daughter Erica Badu for bringing us together. And with the tone, with the love, with this frequency. I love you. It's now we did it. You know, prayers are answered. I call this right now our heart's desire. What is our heart's desire? Whatever our heart's desire is, it is. Your womb right now is going through such a powerful healing and transformation, because when you help others, it comes right back to you. It's a circle of love and a circle of peace and a circle of womb wellness. So we'll see you all then. And the healing continues. Continue to shine that light and give us some play. I'm a matter of fact, I'm going to send you a gift package, okay? I'm sending you my green light. I'm sending you my woman's heart reform. I'm sending you my rejuvenation clay. I'm sending you a gift package, and it's all done, all right? Look for that to start going out on Monday. We're going to get this healing on. Love you and love you, team. Thank you for pulling this all together.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, darling. Say with me. This is a womb wellness revolution.
This is a womb wellness revolution.
All power to the women.
Thank you.
The mothers of civilization.
Thank you to all my subscribers. We are giving away a free 7-day detox kit when we reach our milestone goal of 50,000 subscribers to this channel. To enter for your chance to win, all you have to do is subscribe to our channel, like and comment on this video, and we will choose the winner from the comments section. Thank you for growing with us. Ashe.